Welcome back to Signature Series Rigs. Today is a very exciting day. As you can tell, I have Crossbreed here behind me. We have a beautiful day out here today, so we figured we'd go ahead and film Crossbreed's most likely final episode. I'm going to take you around the truck, show you a few pans of everything, talk about what we've done to this truck, and again, tell you what this truck was built for and how we built it. So without further ado, I'll jump in. First things first.
This is what Crossbreed looked like when we picked it up. Tired, dirty, rusty, and forgotten.
We picked up Crossbreed about 2 years ago, and it was dilapidated. It was left kind of in a farm field. It was a truck that was used to run back and forth to the dump until it would not go anymore. So when we picked it up, it had a lot of rust. It would not run. The starter was broke, which is kind of funny if you think about it, because a lot of times people will say, well, it ran when it parked, but the battery's dead, or but the starter doesn't work. So when I bought it, I figured, okay, well, if the starter doesn't work, I need to go ahead and assume that the engine is probably blown. Which it was, but they were honest about it. So we picked the truck up again about 2 years ago, and we didn't really know what our plan was with it. First thing I did when I brought it home, while I still had it on the trailer, is put a new starter on it to see exactly what we had to work with. And what we had was a knocking 305 or 350. I didn't actually tear it down to figure it out because I didn't care at that time, but it was knocking, it was dead, it had to go. So from there, the truck sat for a little while until we could figure out exactly what we wanted to do with it. And what that was is what you see right now. It came a lot farther than we anticipated. We're super excited about it. So the first thing that Crossbreed got was a heart transplant. That's why we call it Crossbreed. Crossbreed used to have a small block Chevy with a 700 R4. It's a 1986 GMC High Sierra. Another reason why we call it Crossbreed, because now it's a 1986 Chevrolet Silverado. I know, technically it's not, but that's what we turned it into. That's what we like. I like the front end. And again, as you're going to hear in this episode and the other episodes about Crossbreed, Crossbreed was not built for SEMA, okay? The truck shows really, really nice. I mean, it is beautiful. Don't get me wrong. But it is not a show queen, not a trailer queen. It's built to be driven, right? So we did a lot more than we anticipated on this truck, but we also wanted to leave some things to the next person that buys it, because half the fun, as many of you know, when you buy a truck like this or an old car, is making it your own. So that's our point with Crossbreed. We took it again a little farther than we anticipated, but we're super excited about the turnout. So without going in too many circles, Crossbreed got a heart transplant. That's the first thing we did. We snagged a 5.3 LM7 out of a 2005 Chevrolet Silverado, along with 4L60 transmission, and we chucked that in there. It went super smooth. I was super happy about that. Actually did it over Thanksgiving break. Took me, a few days, and I had it up and running, rock and rolling. The wiring harness, motor mounts, everything bolted in great. Super excited about it. After that, we took it down to the exhaust shop, got a full 2.5-inch dual exhaust all the way back with Flowmasters. It sounds great. So we got Crossbreed back from the exhaust shop, and it sat for a while. Again, kind of landed in a position where we weren't sure how far we wanted to take it or what we wanted to do with it. Crossbreed had rust holes that you could stick your fist through, right through here, and some rust in the rockers. Actually, I think they were pretty decent, but mainly it was the bed. So it sat for a little while. Finally, we're like, you know what? This truck deserves to be back on the road. It deserves to be driven. So that's what we did. The next step, pulled it in the body shop and got to work on it. In the past few months, we have busted our tail on this truck. And again, as many of you all probably know, if you build trucks or cars, you always end up going a little farther than you anticipated. Well, we are no different. We had talked about doing this truck in satin clear. We talked about leaving the truck in primer. We talked about doing it in hot rod black. And after looking on Marketplace, kind of getting a feel for what trucks we're going for and what they look like and how they showed, I think a truck in primer, a good looking truck in primer, shows well. As far as hot rod black, I love hot rod black, but hot rod black on square body seems a little common for me. It just wouldn't pop and it wouldn't stand out as much as I wanted it to. So with that said, we decided to experiment. We decided to we talked about some colors that we wanted to do back and forth, and somehow every square body that my dad and I buy is always blue. We can't hardly get our hands on one that's got a different color interior than blue. It just so happens Dad's favorite color is red. So we knew, again, as you're going to see here shortly, we did not want to go in. I didn't want to go in and repaint the cab. We didn't want to take that truck this far, right? We've already went farther than we anticipated. So we decided to stick with a blue, which is actually very similar to the blue I had on my very first square body. It's a beautiful metallic blue. I can certainly put the link down there in the comments or the description for you guys, the paint code, and I'll get some close-up shots of that too. But we decided to go with a dark metallic blue with a Oxford white on the center lay. So the dash pad, as you can see, most likely, it doesn't fit the best. The dash was in my square body and I replaced mine, so we went ahead and chucked this one in there. It looks a lot better than the original one. We threw some carpet in there. The seat is in great shape already, so we did not have to replace that. Just needs a little bit more cleaning. I want to say this again. Crossbreed is built to be driven. This is not a SEMA show truck, okay? I can come in here and pick this truck apart just like anybody else, but that's not what we built the truck for. We built the truck to enjoy. It just so happens it looks really good and the paint turned out excellent, but it's not a show queen, all right? Could it win a car show? Possibly. Are we going to probably take it to some shows? Probably. But we want to enjoy the truck. We want to drive it and hopefully find its new owner that will enjoy it and drive it and tinker on it and change things and fix little things that they might want to, fix up that we didn't address. We got a list of those. Again, we wanted to leave some things left to the person that's going to buy it next. So we'll walk around here and show you the bed. We did a bed liner on the top rails and on the tailgate, and then some hot rod black inside the bed. Again, we could have done a full bed liner, but this actually has turned out pretty well in my square body, so I went ahead and did it on this one, as you all might have seen in the other episode. But we broke the line right here so that you see nothing but paint on the outside, and you got this nice textured bed liner, and we sealed it off too, so this stuff should last, and it's got a nice durable texture to it. Now this rear bumper is something I want to talk about. I have not seen a square body Chevy pickup with the sport bumper with the Suburban style step pad. We sourced this from a junkyard, and Dad and I both agree we really, really like this. We like the sport bumper anyway, but the fact that it has this step pad, which I'm assuming on the Suburbans was used for like stepping up and loading stuff on the roof of it, that thing is pretty darn cool. I think it's kind of a one-off. You don't really see many of those. Maybe you will now. I don't know. I'm thinking about putting one on my square body. So just thought I'd share that with you guys. That Suburban bumper bolted on great. Very happy with how that turned out. Of course, we put these moldings on it. On my truck, I did the pre-cut ones. On this one, we cut them. If I had to do it over again, I'd probably buy the pre-cut ones again. A lot of people don't say that, but because of the gaps typically are a little bit more broad than they want. But for me, I didn't enjoy putting these on as much as I did the pre-cut ones. We did put them on laser straight. As far as under the truck, obviously you have new exhaust. We put brand new shocks, brand new brake hoses. We replaced a few brake lines. new brake pads, new anything that needed to be done to drive it. And then we went through when we had the bed pulled back. We undercoated everything nice and neat with a textured undercoating. We also put in a new fuel sending unit. That was one of the first things we did. You might have seen the episode with Blue and Crossbreed pushing it into the body shop because it wouldn't run. And turns out that fuel sending unit, I think it pretty much ate the sock. So we had to go and replace a few things. Before we jump into the engine bay, I just want you to take another good look at how nice this truck turned out. Again, this is a driver quality truck. It's not going to be a $60,000, $70,000 square body. But from a distance, and quite frankly, 4 feet, it looks about like that to me right now. Again, very happy with it. We wet sanded it, we buffed it, turned out really great. Crossbreed has bone stock suspension, other than the new shocks, and 33 by 1250 by 15 tires. We sourced those from my brother because we put 8 lug axles under his truck. So I got the wheels and tires off of his truck. They are brand new, no rubbing, even on the stock suspension. We did put a new Rancho steering stabilizer shock up front when we undercoated everything, so that all turned out really nice. You'll see some close-up shots of that. Again, we sourced this grill from Dad's shop, I think. We just hit this with some Rust-Oleum stainless. I find that matches very well to the factory silver. And we put in LED headlights. So these are glass headlights, but they have, I think, H4 LED replacement bulbs on them. Turn those on and show them to you. We really like these. Kind of livens the truck up, you know, with the blue paint. And I think they're about 5,000 K temperature, so we didn't want to go super blue, just something super bright. But modern, drive it at night, you can see anything you need to see. Just a nice little touch. Again, we're super happy with it. We thought it turned out great. What do you think? So now we'll get into the fun stuff. I'm going to go ahead and tell you all up front, we have not detailed the engine bay. We have not finished the engine bay yet. I might have another episode or two coming on that, but preface it with, we're getting ready to put the AC compressor on and AC compressor lines so that it'll be all ready for AC. Might even go ahead and charge that up. So in here, as you can see, we've got our 5.3 LM7 out of the donor truck. I think it had, I have to look back at my paperwork, but I think it had about 165,000 miles on it. Fresh plugs and wires. We used the factory manifolds off of the truck. Put a brand new Degas tank in here off of the same style GMT 800 truck over here. Fabbed up this intake. You know, a lot of builds have just a tube over here or over there with a cone filter on it. That's fine. I'm certainly not knocking it. But I always kind of like to do something a little different, go a little bit farther. So we fabbed up this intake with some piping left over from my square body. So it kind of looks factory in a way, you know, has factory style GM airbox over here, plumbs it right over here, nice and neat. It's mounted on the inner fender just like it's supposed to be. I was super happy with how it turned out. Just need to clean it up a little bit and maybe shine those clamps up and put some new clamps on it again. We're kind of out on our first shakedown pass with the truck. So anyway, new inner fenders. They were priced pretty reasonably. We were happy with the fitment and the cost on those. It's kind of a no-brainer. Probably going to go ahead and paint this, of course, you know, just little things as we have it listed for sale, waiting for somebody to buy it. We might just knock out some of these things. But again, as I've said before, Crossbreed was built to be driven. Crossbreed's not a show queen. As you can tell, we did not paint the firewall. Did not want to paint the firewall. Did not want to go back to the factory color. The truck was not the factory color when we received it. So, to each their own. We could certainly go in there and do that, but that was not the quality of build that we were going for. We just got a little bit carried away on the rest of it. Let's see if there's anything else in here. So, motor, completely stock. Transmission, completely stock. We are going to put a tune on the motor just to liven it up a little bit. But other than that, we're just going to leave it just like it is. So there you have it, folks. This is Crossbreed. We're going to list it for sale here soon. Not sure yet what we're going to ask for it, but we are excited with how it turned out. Got a few little quirks here and there. We're going to finish up while it's listed. I'm going to hop in this thing and take it for a spin, but I'm going to take you around the whole truck, show you a little bit more of it. And thanks for watching Signature Series Rigs.